Alright, anyway, next question. How long have I been reading comics? I haven't been reading comics as long as I've been into them. Okay, so let me explain that. Growing up, I was big into the Batman TV show, Adam West, Wonder Woman TV show. My dad called her Tinsel Tits. I know, not so PC, but it was funny. And you see where I get my sense of humor. Anyway, so I loved the Tinsel Tits. Linda Carter was gorgeous. Had a huge crush on her growing up. But see, I lived in Germany at the time. My dad was military, and so we had a bunch of taped stuff. So in the mid to late 80s, I was watching these shows and thinking they were like brand fucking new, you know? So I was in for a big surprise. First time I seen Linda Carter when I was old enough to realize what was up. She was definitely older than I thought. She was still hot. She's still so hot. Linda Carter. Anyway, why you run through my mind, girl? You must be tired as hell. That was really stupid. Anyway, so, longer I've been in comics. So, and then I saw for the first Batman movie with my dad when I was like 5. Okay, so probably not the best Batman movie to take a kid to, but ooh, that solidified that shit. Michael Keaton was awesome, and Jack Nicholson was the Joker. I love that shit. I thought it was fantastic all the way through. Until recently, I've gone back and watched a couple of the last two, and they were really bad at the time. I remember liking Forever, but it wasn't so good. But anyway, that's a way another subject. So, in that time stretch, I wasn't necessarily reading comics back in the late 80s. I was born in 1984, so that'll give you a point of reference where I came into all this. So, so I was military and we moved around a lot, and the bases, as I've stated before, you always got weird assortments of comics, or stuff didn't always come in, or you just got bits and pieces. So I picked stuff up pretty infrequently, but then the X-Men cartoon came out, and I started picking up X-Men like it was the plague. I just gobbled everything up, and I came in just in time for Age of Apocalypse, which was amazing. So that was like that was the first time I really picked everything up, was Age of Apocalypse, and that was a baptism by fire. I loved it. I was in love. And then we came back to the real world, and I, from there, moved through trying to kind of learn continuity. But I grew up on the 90s X-Men cartoon, and you say what you want to say about that, but that was very much so inspired by Jim Lee and Claremont, what they set up, and then what was going on in the 90s there in comics, in X-Men comics. So the continuity was skewed, but it was still fairly decent. So when you went into comics, you really understood and had a great idea of it. And again, this is a huge tangent, but it's true, and that was a great cartoon. So about that time I started picking up comics regularly, so that's, God, that was probably like right before 6th grade for me. Jesus. So I was like 11. So I've been reading comics consistently, like picking up every week for 13 years or so. Other than that, I did have single issues here and there. I had some of the Batman Broken Back stuff. I had the Death of Superman. I had a bunch of 0 Hour stuff that my dad got me for Christmas one year, which was pretty cool. But that's all I knew about the DC universe at that time. And some Batman stuff, of course. And the Flash. I loved the Flash. I had a little Flash action figure I had for a long time that I loved. But other than that, you know, I followed a lot of cartoons and stuff. But so about 13 years now, I guess. Long story short. Even though it wasn't very short at all, so, you know, and my influences, I don't know if you just mean things that I enjoy, like writers and artists, then I'd have to say I'm a huge Jim Lee fan, absolutely love Jim Lee. Like I said, my X-Men cartoon, growing up in the 90s, Fox, that got me into it, not mine, the 90s X-Men got me into it, and so obviously that art style, all those costumes and everything was Jim Lee influenced. So Jim Lee is huge to me, and he draws a wicked Batman, and Batman is a character I've loved since I was a kid, watching those Adam West movies. So that was fantastic. Let's see, writers, Jeff Johns I love. Claremont was a huge influence growing up. I loved Claremont. I love Jack Kirby. Haven't honestly read a lot of his stuff that he worked on, but the art is just incredible. I mean, you can't deny the man was talented. It was just fantastic stuff. Love a lot of Jerry Robinson stuff. The Joker guy, creator. His old school Joker was just nasty. I mean, he was awesome. And you know, you can't help but throw him credit. I also really like Brian Boland. My tattoo actually is a Brian Boland, if you know what that is. Mega points for you. I definitely retouched it, changed the colors, but the ha 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 background's still there, just in a gradient color, and That's Brian Boland. The answer is A Killing Joke. You know, so those are my art influences. Bendis, love Bendis. But that's a lot of later stuff, I guess. So I don't know. I guess I grew up on a lot of Scott Lobel stuff, X-Men. Leinil Francis Yu loved. I don't know. Claremont and Lee, I would say, are probably the big ones because, again, I'd have to give the X-Men continuity credit in the cartoon to Claremont because a lot of stuff they focused on was like Jim Lee stylized Claremont. So I really do appreciate Claremont and what he's done, and that's why I still pick his stuff up. Sometimes continuity stuff's hard though. But yeah, John Romita Jr. Love John Romita Jr. McFarlane was obviously great. I don't know, a lot of influences, so I hope that answers your question. It was definitely a long-winded way of going about it, and these questions are definitely taking a lot longer than the reviews did, so I'm sorry. You have to deal with me just straight shooting way longer than you need to. Alright, anyway. I don't know. Let me take a break real quick. We'll see how much time we got. Alright, yeah, so we're definitely running out of time, so got a few minutes left. Just wanted to thank everybody for checking this out. Again, like I said at the beginning, this is the 4th episode, so this marks 4 straight weeks of the weekly show, and our numbers have been going up, getting more people watching, we're getting more subscribers. Woo! The voice is trying to get out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but thank you, and coming into my home, my man room here, and let me into your home, or man room, or lady room, or whatever you got rocking there. Hope you enjoyed a beer like I did during this. Sorry if that's distracting you, if you're straight edge. Sorry, I drink beer, and it's delicious. So, deal with it. I don't know. Guess there's not much else to cover, so thanks for stopping by. If you're here and you like what you've seen, go check out my blog at www.comicblog. You know what? Let's take this back. We got a little bit of time left. I would just like to go ahead and announce that the Comic Book Asylum is dead. Okay? It's dead, unfortunately. Nothing's been updated there in forever. I don't have time to update it. We're just going to focus on these videos. I just made that decision on camera. You just saw my head working. Instantly. Decision made. It'll change tomorrow. So as for now, the Asylum's dead. Keep coming watching these videos, though. And I hope you enjoy them and keep coming back and focus on this. Yeah. And hopefully we'll be up to 40 viewers in like 2 months. That'd be cool. Yeah. And anyway, those of you that continually come by, appreciate it. And peace.